Okay, I think I just streamed to a channel of unknown origin. Like I have no idea what I just did. I have no idea what I just did. Okay, so there's a couple of videos I want to check out. I don't know how they got into my inbox, and also there's a few songs I want to check out, which I don't know if you guys are familiar with Listen to Your Heart. Not the song, Bachelor. It's over, but it was a show, and oh god, this is so bad. Watch this.
Hey, future husband, you out there?
Welcome to the
Oh my
next
God.
chapter in Bachelor history.
Give me love like never before.
Right, so they all meet up in a house. There's like 30 of them, and the gimmick is they play music, and they also want to fall in love. When in reality, it's just a way to get attention and fame, because they're all waitresses and they're all doing whatever jobs, and their careers are not taking off. But you stand in front of an audience, you instantly get boosted up on your social media, and you could sell songs. But they got out here and sang karaoke. Now, this was a couple, interracial couple, and they won the show. Spoiler alert. But no one wins this show.
I'm here for love, and I'm here
Bullshit.
to have music bring me together with someone.
Lives
And that girl has massive D cups. The one you're, not this one, but the one back in the. She's actually kissing a gay man. Fun fact. And look at the hair on the arms. Look at that. Porcupine. I mean, I'm not one to talk. I got hair all over the place. As opposed to, what is commonly understood about me. But
will be changed here on this stage
forever.
Oh my God.
It's not just to become a music star. It's not just to find love. It's to get it all.
Oh my God, my God.
it's funny to get it all. And none of these people got anything. There's nothing that came out of the show. Anyway, the show is over.
Hey, how you doing?
A mansion full of 20 single musicians looking for love and that special connection.
And now they've released songs. So they, were in a hustle to get these songs out, and they did it, and it's embarrassing. So that's not why I'm here, though. We're going to get to that. That's like we're here because Black Before Columbus came. Oh, that's a joke. The African discovery of America. The African discovery of America. 36,000 likes, 1.3 thousand dislikes. That's a very weird, very intriguing, even before we watch anything. Okay. I am a student of history, and apparently the Africans crossed the Atlantic. Never heard of that, but let's hear about this great and glorious history, which we can all take pride in.
All right,
Because we all come from Africa, right?
Annetta, lock the doors, because what I'm about to say is going to upset some people right next here. Okay. Christopher Columbus did not discover America. Exactly. I mean, never mind.
Pretty shady. The hair, the style of dress. I'm just not trusting him in general. By the way, if in there's a Streamlabs link here, by the way, if anyone ever wants to donate. That is actually not good that I just posted that. There is, hold on, I gotta find my link. If anyone ever wants to post, I actually just want to test this out because it's supposed to come up on the screen, and I've been working like a dog. Fix your credit score, Devin. I'm in the process of trying to do that, but I fucked it up real bad a long time ago. But that's a random, well, that's a double random. Malik Jones. Okay. Aggression. I forgot. I'm dealing with strangers. Let's do a quick cull. Quick culling of the herd. Let me see. How can I bait the herd? Fuck Trump. Fuck Mark Collette. Fuck Nick Fuentes. fuck gun owners, fuck anime, fuck virgins, fuck anonymous people. Okay, that should probably do something, right? We'll probably get a few ones out of that. But Devin should talk shit about Biden on The Breakfast Club? Did he go on the show? That's incredible. If he did, I'll definitely watch that because he might have done it for damage control. And this guy, man, this is funny, man. This kid is the new Dave Silverman. He's 22 and he's got an organization called Atheists for Liberty. He did an interview with Dave. Really interesting. He's very energetic. He's like Nick Fuentes, but not crazy. In the Joe Biden, that would be a shit show if that's true. Oh my God! 2 days ago, 1 million? No. Oh, well, that I've seen that. Is that The Breakfast Club? That was just a random interview. What's this? No. Well, I guess you're considering this The Breakfast Club. It's not really. It's crazy, but I'm not going to rip Biden on it. I'm going to rip Charlemagne the God on it. I'm going to do a video on that next. I might record that tonight. It's fucking crazy, man. People are talking about Joe Biden did a gaffe. Are you kidding me? Charlemagne the God is an overt racist. And we're going to bitch about you ain't black. Charlemagne the God is calling white people white devils and crackers. Mayonnaise people on the regular. So spare me that shit. And during this 18 minutes, Joe Biden is completely lucid. He explains exactly what he wants for Black America. If anything, he's way too cucked to Black America. And the idea that the takeaway from this is that he somehow has an issue with black people, please. Bitch, please. The guy is like an honorary member of the NAACP. He can do no wrong. So I don't know where you're getting your friggin' timeline bullshit from. Anyway, I'm going to avoid the cancer that is you. And I got to learn.
And the question of like how you can discover a place where the inhabitants are watching you arrive from the shore.
Because it was discovered for the old world and the new world. You recognize that the ocean is large and vast and that these two parts of the earth were not connected. And it took a Herculean effort to get the one group of people to realize that there was other land and other peoples on the other side. So he discovered America for Europe. That's the full sentence. He didn't discover it for the savages who were there. Savages.
They weren't wearing pants. Is that what somebody said? I like that. So anyway, there were actually many other mariners before Columbus that discovered America as well. Decades earlier.
No, I believe there were Vikings that got up in Newfoundland or Greenland, I think. There was some sort of a outpost there, but they didn't make much of it.
Even eons earlier, there were so many people that were coming across these islands and this continent. But it's only been in the last century that evidence has surfaced and continually grown to indicate that many of these pre-Columbian explorers might have come. Mitochondrial
DNA. So the premise of this is that they're trying to uplift the reputation of black people. So, hey, don't think that your people are totally underwhelming and way behind the curve when it comes to human development, societal development, civilizational development. No. Accomplishments, scientific achievement, any of that. Contributions to the world. No, you got in a boat once and you came to America. So really, you guys are kind of the originators. You're kind of the pioneers. You're like the Wright brothers of boats.
From Africa. So the first
that looks like a white guy to me. Get owned.
Scientist to promote this possibility was Leo Wiener, born in Russia.
Wiener? I guess there's no good way to pronounce that.
Wiener immigrated to the United States in the late 19th century on his way to British Honduras, where he planned to open a vegetarian commune. Well,
Wiener. Is he familiar with the Weimar Republic? Because I learned a lot about that the other day.
When that turned out not to be the dream job he expected.
I think that mustache would fit in well in the Weimar.
He moved back to the United States and he became a professor at Harvard University, as one does. But
Harvard University is known as the UCLA of the East.
in his time in Mesoamerica, he started noticing things. There were lots of things that led him to encounter certain discoveries that made him consider that possibly if the origins of American civilization might actually be in Africa. So he observed so many linguistic and botanical and other similarities.
Does this guy have like a Hitler haircut? Imagine a mustache on that. That's Hitler. This is gay Hitler. Hold on. You doubt me, and I can sense it. And by the way, thanks for the super chat. I have no super chat because I've been demonetized, but thank you for the Streamlabs. I kid. There are no Streamlabs. You're telling me that's not gay Hitler? Art.
That between 1920 and 1922, he published an extensive 3-volume piece called Africa and the Discovery of America. Now, unfortunately, this is the 1920s, so as yet no serious archaeological evidence had been done to, or work had been done to support his botanical theories, because everyone knows over raiding tombs in Egypt and things like that. Nod to Howard Carter. So he didn't have a whole lot of other stuff than the names to support him. However, he knew that other clues must exist. For example, he pointed out that Columbus himself,
these guys are reaching hard,
was aware that African mariners had preceded him. In his diary of his second voyage, Columbus tells of how the natives of Hispaniola actually had given him gold-tipped metal spearheads that they said were brought by black-skinned people who had come in large boats from the south and southeast.
Dude, black-skinned people? So, yeah, they were different people from the Americas. You're taking that to mean they came from Africa? You realize there are different colored peoples all throughout North America and South America. This is unbelievable. Wow, you really got it. Yeah, there are people occupying these islands, and some look different than others.
Coincidence? I think not.
Oh, he's a nerd.
No. So what's interesting about that, so upon returning to Spain, is that he actually took the spearheads and he sent them away, and they had them assayed, and it turned out to be that these spearheads were covered in this metal, this alloy that the inhabitants called guanin.
Is that guano? Is that bat shit?
And
dudes were old school.
The metallurgists actually found out that this was an alloy of 32 parts. It was like 18 of gold.
He said, Hitler is on my mind a lot. It's called Godwin's Law. And it's not, don't blame me. Talk about blaming the victim. This guy looks like Hitler. All right? You think I'm a fan of Hitler? Which AIU channels are demonetized? AIU, my main channel, AIU 2, AIU 3 got deleted, AIU 4 got deleted, AIU Resurrection is demonetized, Tracy Remix is demonetized. Those are all my channels. So, yeah, it fucking sucks.
Gold, 6 of silver, 8 of copper, which, dun dun dun, matched the metal used in spearheads made in Western Africa for thousands of years, as carried by medieval African warriors, including the Mali and the Moors. The West African...
Okay, he's a Polish Jew. So, you have a tipped spear, and you think that it came from West Africa. This guy, first of all, how did he get a horse? Are horses native to West Africa? Second of all, he doesn't look like he's... well, first of all, black people can't swim. Like, there's that. So, very similar to cats. They're averse to going in the water. And that's a fact, Jack. So, I don't know if this guy and this image is good evidence that the Africans were good at getting into boats.
Even called this metal guanine, the same name used by the natives of Hispaniola. But nothing more was said about that.
He's doing air quotes, and the crowd is like way behind him. They're like, yeah, totally. It's always been my instinct that black people discovered the earth. That's just gross.
Conspiracy. Well, probably because, in the interest of Spain, it was in their best interest that they didn't want to have any challenges to their discovery and the claims to the islands of the West Indies. Well, as the poem goes, or it should anyway, in 1493, Columbus stole all he could see.
He stole all he could see? Yeah, he's a conqueror. He went out there and claimed shit. Why are they like laughing like, oh, that's a bad thing? That was gangster of him. Like it takes a man to be brave enough to venture out into the world and like claim shit. I mean, the dude had a set of balls on him.
Yeah, so on his second voyage, which was...
But also, it's very interesting that they go after this dude, right? So who was he? He worked for Spain, or he was, which one? He's Italian, but he worked for the Spanish government. He represents the incursion of white people into America. Am I being pinged? I'm being pinged. Oh yeah, Bachelor. Oh my God, I got all the songs here. Fucking crazy. All right, these two. This girl is a fucking whore, and this guy is a tool and a dipshit, and they're faking a relationship for this song, which is called "Bad for You." Never heard of it.
Some sort of
shit. It's way too loud. Okay, and I didn't like it, by the way. I didn't like the first 3 seconds.
10 times larger than the first, Columbus went on a frantic but unsuccessful island hopping trip to find gold and spices. He carried along several natives from his newly discovered San Salvador.
He's fucking air quoting like a feminist, or it's like some little SJW scrub. And I love how the idea that Columbus was a failure because, he didn't find gold, didn't find the fountain of youth. Or he mistaked India, which is, by the way, bullshit. It was just a semantic, it was not, it's not, he wasn't making mistakes. He was massively successful. He discovered, natural resources and wealth and human capital. And when he got home, he wasn't like, well, got nothing. That was a dry run. Sorry, fail.
Which the inhabitants called Guanahanvi, another island that the natives pointed out.
Not the natives, they're fucking a bunch of cannibal savages. Can we address that?
Which is really large and was called Soameto. Soameto.
Thanks for repeating that.
Now, Columbus continued going around whimsically renaming every island he could find.
Yeah, renaming? What do you... Dude, he doesn't speak the language of the frigging savages living there. So of course he's going to name the islands. Like, why is that like a burn? Hey, burn. Who didn't do that? What group of people do not find a new place for themselves and then give it a name?
But, Leo Wiener, being the curious person and the linguist that he was, and the etymologist, he couldn't help noticing that the origin of these...
Was his Wiener circumcised?
Many place names and botanical names in Mesoamerica actually sounded distinctly like other languages in Africa.
Bullshit. God, that is a stretch. The names, yeah. I mean, what the hell? Oh my God. This is feeble so far.
Particularly Bantu and even Arabic. Wiener and numerous other botanists have also puzzled over...
Are you claiming that Arabs got over there? There's no evidence of that.
The presence of certain plants that predated Columbus but originated in Africa. For example, the calabash bottle gourds.
Yeah, those are African. My dad's way into those. He makes like pieces of art out of them and musical instruments. But, okay, everything originated from Africa. What does that even mean?
Now, this is a species originally from West Africa, where they were well cultivated in America before Europeans arrived. Now, even long before they existed in Indonesia or Polynesia. So, in fact, the Pacific was the last place that bottle gourds actually reached and expanded to.
Did you ever think that bottle gourds could have made it up to Asia and the Asians walked it across the ice bridge in Alaska and down all the way?
Pardon my covfefe.
Oh.
Well, if it were not for transatlantic trade pre-Columbian times, it would be very difficult to explain.
COVID.
How certain plants, such as the yam, the sweet potato, domesticated cotton, peanuts, and tobacco, reached both West Africa and the Americas. The spread of the plantain is particularly noteworthy because it could not remain viable if it was carried in salt water.
Wait a minute. I mean, so you have plants that exist in Africa and in the Americas. What is that evidence of? That is evidence that some European took shit and brought it somewhere else. I mean, how are you claiming that the timeline here?
Well, in the 1640s, a Brazilian botanist named George Marcgrave. Thank you. Oh, thank you very much.
It's not going well for him.
Thank you. Speaking of botany, Ricola.
Oh, he's gay. He just said, Ricola, Ricola. I mean, I thought the handkerchief was, his just demeanor. So this is a gay guy trying to suck the dick of blacks historically. And he's hyping up a Jewish guy from Poland.